Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about having a Sagittarius Mars and natal chart, or Mars and Sagittarius, depending on what you want to call it. It's the same thing. Some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the Mars placements, and they were a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up, Mars is connected with our energy and vitality. So when you have Mars and Sagittarius in your chart, this is a lot of energy that's very exuberant, enthusiastic. You just have to be careful not to overestimate what you can do physically. Mars is also connected with physical strength. And you think, and also, I mean, as far as the energy level, I mean, you don't want to be, it's good to be positive, but if you try to, do too much, I mean, that could always lead to some kind of overexertion or something like that. So it's important just to, be careful, the way you channel this energy. And the thing about this, though, is a lot of the energy and vitality, may be injected into something sports related or the outdoors, camping, or going on some adventure. It could be taking dirt bikes or motorbikes somewhere into some uncharted territory. It could be doing something else Sagittarius related, such as importing or exporting, publishing, advertising, commercial work, and just being, that perpetual learner. So, um, anyway, the next thing up, as far as Mars goes in astrology, it's also connected with our drive and motivation. So the person that has this placement may have a lot of drive and motivation to simply, expand and broaden horizons, go outside the box, so to speak. And also, higher education, college studies. This person may be driven and motivated again to be that perpetual learner, to keep learning. And it may be, where this person does have a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm, for college and higher education. It could be also, it could be for religious matters. It could be doing, a lot of enthusiasm, for sports, the outdoors, camping. Again, the publishing could be printing press operation, as some other examples. And just to really also to broaden, horizons for other people, to drive, to motivate people, just to encourage others, to enhance their lives. This is where a lot of that drive and motivation may go toward. They may feel better about themselves if they can enhance and augment somebody else's life and their existence. Mars is also associated with combat, confrontation, battles, fighting. So, having this placement, you may actually have, battles, with a lot of positivity, thinking that, you're going to emerge victorious. You may be more exuberant and enthusiastic in these matters than most people. And there also may be a number of battles, people in a religious congregation, or just simply over beliefs and philosophies. It could be over religious matters. You may have more quarrels with foreigners than the average person as well. And it could also be, about, it could be people, it could be something with jokes. Maybe you combat certain things, by expressing your humor, by making a joke about, the person, who may be, instigating some problem with you, as an example. So it could be more battles with publishers and advertisers than the average person as well. Well, Mars is also connected with our, enthusiasm, what we may have enthusiasm for. So having this placement, you may be, very enthusiastic regarding matters connected. Could be publishing, advertising, commercial work, adventure. It could be sports. Um, specific Sagittarius sports, can include darts, you know, archery, or horse, something with horseback riding. Some examples: horse racing. Um, Another thing too, also, just to expand horizons and even practical jokes. I mean, Sagittarius, I would say, is the jokester of the zodiac. It's a sign connected with jocularity and joviality, so there may be more enthusiasm in playing the jokes on people, more so than the average person. And also, person may be very enthusiastic and exuberant regarding matters connected with philosophy and religion, higher education. The person may have a lot of enthusiasm toward going to college, looking forward, to the day-to-day, activities there more so than most people. Mars is also connected with sex, and having this placement, the person may be very positive, exuberant, enthusiastic in these matters. It could be where the person may, some of these people that have this placement may thrive on outdoor sex. It could be the person may be very voracious, very open and blunt regarding, what their beliefs are on this. I mean, there may be, the person may have, some, philosophy regarding this they really like to express. And it could be too where the person could also disdain monotony in these in sexual matters, and they don't want to just keep doing the same thing in the same manner over and over again. And there might be a way where this person wants to go outside the box, so to speak, as far as things that are sexual related. And also too, Mars is connected, with our sexual partners. So, people that have this placement, they may get involved, sexually with somebody that actually is a Sagittarius sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply embodies Sagittarius characteristics. It could be people that are very expansive, optimistic, exuberant, enthusiastic, philosophical, jovial, jocular, and also very blunt. Could be tactless, or it could be people that are in, a Sagittarius, profession as well. And it could be people that are publishing, advertising, printing, press operation, people doing commercial work, people that are involved in sports or the outdoors or in some, position. It could be associated with, college, like being a college professor, as some examples. So the person has to be careful with this placement, not to be over optimistic in terms of what their sexual partner is going to do for them. It's good to be positive about things, but it's just the person may have to guard against being over optimistic in these matters with that person. So, well, the next thing with Mars, it's also connected with physical related injuries and surgery. So the person has this placement, there may be greater propensity for injuries and surgery associated with the hips, the sciatic nerve, the thighs, or the liver, as some examples. It can be, again, going to the over optimistic thing. Again, it's important to remember to be careful regarding over optimism, and as far as, like, say, recuperating or recovering from a surgery. It could be where there may be injuries due to reckless, foolhardy actions. The person needs to be very careful what they're doing in terms of their actions. Mars is connected with our actions as well, and they may be a little bit reckless. So this is where you need to be guarded. You got to have this placement. Now, Mars is also associated with our anger, so sometimes there may be distorted reactions, or becoming overreacting to certain things. And there can be, acrimonious disputes with people that are involved, prominent in some religious congregation, or philosophers, people that are, college teaching, and it may be over matters associated with one's freedom, such as freedom and independence being inhibited. This person may really have that enthusiasm for meandering, for roaming, for going place to place. But if that is prohibited somehow, this is where the person may be somewhat agitated. As well, there may be anger. The person may get angry over sporting events more if their team, is losing, or they think there's something unfair going on in the game, or they think the referee is being biased somehow. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.